So John Delaney is running for the Democratic nomination, and he is running on basically he's running opposing any sort of change, including change to the nation's healthcare system. Now, on Sunday, he attacked his fellow Democratic presidential candidates' support of Medicare for all.
There's your signature issue, as I know. And in the last debate, you said Medicare for all is not good policy and it's not good politics. But more than 8 of the candidates, of the 24 or 25 now, support this. Are voters just being misled by your fellow Democratic candidates?
Yeah, I think they're wrong. I mean, look at so many of the candidates, Senator Warren, so many of these people have outsourced their health care plan to Bernie Sanders, right? Because this is Bernie Sanders' plan. And it'll take private insurance away from more than half of the country, and they will reject that if we run on that. It'll also reduce quality and access in our healthcare system because Medicare doesn't reimburse sufficiently to keep all the hospitals and providers.
You were booed on the debate stage when you raised this, though.
I understand that.
So it does seem popular, at least with people who vote in primaries.
But here's the thing. Medicare for all is a great slogan. They've hijacked the good name of Medicare and applied it to a law that will cause upheaval in our healthcare system.
Speaking of things that have hijacked a good name. Anyway, okay, so now this guy is, I mean, everything that he said there is a monumental lie. First off, okay, on the issue of, well, I mean, Medicare for all, it takes private insurance away from half of all Americans. That is not true at all. That's not true at all. First, it replaces your private insurance with government-sponsored insurance. That is guaranteed. So, no, it doesn't get rid of your doctor. It doesn't replace your doctor. It doesn't tell you what doctor you can and can't go to. It doesn't force you to choose a different doctor that is inside or outside inside your network. No, it replaces your insurance with better insurance. Insurance that, by the way, already exists, and it is called Medicare. Actual Medicare. By the way, it is not an upheaval of our health care system. Healthcare delivery will continue to be the same. Hospitals will continue to do what they're doing. Doctors will continue to be able to do what they're doing. The only change, the only upheaval is in corporate profits. It is a change in how it is paid for. Instead of sending a premium to your health insurance company every month, a small tax is taken out of your paycheck to pay for your health care. In return for that, you will not be paying a copay, a premium, or a deductible. You can also go to any doctor. Any doctor. None of this, again, in-network, out-of-network crap. It is a change in who is providing your insurance. You don't even have to sign up for it. You are automatically enrolled along with everyone else in the entire country. You don't have to go through and decide, oh, I'm going to go with this insurance company. It's got better rates, but this one also has this plan has a higher deductible, etc. No, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to waste any of your time shopping around for plans. And that's what frustrates me. These corporate Democrats and Republicans, they're like, well, don't you like shopping around for several hours trying to find out what health insurance plan is more effective? What will cost you less and what has a small... No, I don't want to waste my freaking time. No, that is a waste of time. I am not interested in shopping around for health insurance plan. I want health care, especially when you're sick. You think if you're sick, you want to go browse healthcare plans? You want to go look up what your deductible is so that you can go to the doctor? No, you want to go to the freaking doctor. That's what we want to do. God, these people are so freaking clueless. And you know why? It's because they go to the doctor and they're like, well, I can afford it. I don't care what it is. I can afford it. I'll just pay right here. Whatever, send me the bill. Well, most people can't do that. They can't. It's ridiculous. This whole idea that, no, Americans, we love our health insurance companies. We love those people. We love dealing with them, calling them, making sure that they, especially when they decide that they want to deny certain things. Man, that's my favorite, spending an hour on hold with my health insurance company. No, get the F out of here, dude. It's ridiculous. No. This is, again, single payer, right? This is how single payer works. You have one insurer, and that is the government. And that's it. And again, that is for the most part how current Medicare works. And you ask anybody that is on Medicare, they'll tell you, of course, a couple of things. For one, they like it. And for two, it doesn't cover as much. Well, good news about that. Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All plan covers a lot more than traditional Medicare. So you know what that means? You don't have to go and seek out supplement insurance plans. In fact, Bernie Sanders' plan is so comprehensive that it actually bans duplicative coverage. So any company, if Medicare covers a certain thing, then no one else is allowed to cover that thing. And you know what that does? That effectively eliminates the need for private insurance, unless it is for something that Medicare happens to not cover. Now, what is the result for that? Well, Delaney said something else. He said, well, the Medicare reimbursement rates, will be will be higher. So, the doctor, you'll have your choice of doctors. Well, here's the thing. With Medicare for All, with a single payer system, doctors will have to take that lower Medicare rate or not be able to do business. And they will take that rate. Now, that is why a lot of wealthier doctors do not like Medicare for All. Now, I have personally talked to a lot of medical professionals, and not one of them has said, no, I love this current system the way that it is. Again, that is my personal anecdote, and I'm sure there are a lot of wealthy doctors out there that are like, no, I love private insurance because then I can make a lot of money. And to be fair, some doctors need a lot of that money so they can pay off their massive student loans from spending 8 years in medical school. And that is a completely different problem that can be solved by free college for all. Yes, I know, right? But the nurses love Medicare for All. In fact, they have been on the forefront of this fight for a long time, for years. But health insurance companies, along with some of these wealthy doctors, they hate this because, again, they're a multi-billion-dollar industry that will lose if there is a single-payer system. So, of course, they pay off politicians like John Delaney to go out and lie about Bernie Sanders' plan and to basically push what is a public option. Now, a public option would have been acceptable while we were trying to push for the ACA, right? But what that is ultimately it is a Band-Aid on a broken arm, as my friend Ron Placone likes to say. It doesn't actually solve the problems. Yes, it does give a cheaper government option, but it doesn't solve the problems of rising premiums in the private market. It doesn't solve the problems. It doesn't solve a lot of problems. Again, with that system, there are doctors that just won't take the government option rates, and so it forces you to choose a private insurer because there are doctors out there that won't take that lower Medicare rate, the one that saves money. And in fact, it doesn't save money, a public option system. So it has too many drawbacks to be really effective and will not actually guarantee universal care. Now, he is right about one thing, though. There are people out there that are starting to figure out the truth about Medicare for All. That is despite the constant lies. Now, 56% of American voters, according to a Kaiser Family Foundation poll, say, yes, we do want the government to be our primary health insurer. Now, it used to be 70%, right? But because of all the fear-mongering, misinformation spread by both establishment Democrats like John Delaney, as well as Fox News to Republicans, we've actually seen that drop quite a bit. Now, it's mostly dropped for Republicans who watch Fox News, who scaremonger about anything that could be even remotely considered socialism, right? Still, 56%, over half the country, is pretty good considering how hard they've been trying to destroy support for Medicare for All. But it is ridiculous to say that it has hijacked the good name of Medicare. No. You've hijacked the name of Democrat, okay? People like that have hijacked the good name of progressives by pushing ridiculous corporate-funded policy and not supporting actual progressive policy like Medicare for All. I mean, isn't a single-payer system what Medicare was supposed to eventually become? I mean, why is it that we have to pay for insurance that we can't use till we're 65? Why is it that I have to pay for-profit insurance companies tons of money until that time? That, again, in premiums, and then I also have to pay out of pocket. Why? Why? It makes no sense. Unless, of course, you are in for the insurance companies. If you defend that system, you're either incredibly ignorant of what the facts are, and that's actually not bad because you can actually learn the facts. And when you do, generally, it's like, oh, yeah, well, that makes sense, right? Or you like wasting your own money on the bonuses of health insurance executives, or you're a health insurance executive yourself. There are no other real good explanations of why you would want to stick with this kind of predatory health insurance system. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.